Hi everybody. So by now this is the third video. So you have watched the reading of I Am the Lorax, the shortened version of the Lorax. Then you watched the video on how to draw the Truffula forest. And now this video is about how to draw the Lorax. So I want you to pay attention because we're going to be really drawing this very, very fluffy mustache and his eyes and, well, this whole body. So this is what we're going to do. You need your paper and you need all your supplies. You need your pencil, your pen. Oh, I'm going to tell you, let's start him off with a pencil because you are going to need to erase some things that we draw. All right, so let's just get started on this so you can see what we're doing. Okay, so let me adjust this. All right, I have to be able to see it too. Okay. So the first thing you're going to do is you are going to draw an open-ended, let me see if I can get a cleaner piece of paper. No, we're just going to use this. You are going to draw an open-ended oval. So that just means that we're not going to close the oval at the bottom, okay? So that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to leave some room for some legs, but I'm going to come over here with my pencil, and I'm just going to draw an oval that doesn't close at the bottom. Okay, we're going to go ahead and focus on his head first. So what I want you to do right in the center, come up here at the top of his head, and we're just going to go a little ways in. I'm going to put a little tiny dot there because from that dot, what I want you to do is I want you to draw a curved line that extends to the outside. Now don't draw hard because we're going to have to erase some of these lines. So I'm going to follow that on this side, on my right side, and that's all I'm doing. Now, from where I drew that dot, I just want you to draw a straight line. Okay, we're going to draw his really jaggedy, his mustache. We're going to come out and we're just going to draw jagged lines, triangles, till we get right there. We're going to end that one. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm just going to take my pencil and I'm going to draw jagged lines like triangles until I get to that line. I'm going to stop. Now right here, we're going to erase these lines because when you color this in, if you don't erase this line, you'll see it. So that's why I'm going to go ahead right there and erase it. All right. Now right here is going to be his nose. So you just draw a circle right there. That's where his nose is going to be. We're going to color that in black. Okay. Now, right here, I want you to draw an upside down U. And come to the other side and draw another upside down U. And then put another U inside of that. Now, we know we're getting ready to draw the eyes. So, up here at the very top, I want you to draw a circle. And then remember, we're going to color in, the pupil will be colored in black. Right now I'm coloring it with the pencil so we can just see. And that white part is the reflection of light that comes off and bounces off of our eyes. Remember earlier I said it makes the animal or it makes the person look very friendly when it has that reflection in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw his eyelids. We're just going to take your line and you're just going to curve it across. You're just going to take it and you're going to curve it across. That just gives him his eyes. And I'll show you what I'm talking about on the book. Do you see this part right here? That's what we did right there. We drew his eyelid. Now we're going to add eyebrows. So what I want you to do is right above this eye, I want you to come out and I just want you to draw an arc. Same over here too, about the same distance. Because we're going to give him like bushy eyebrows. We're going to come over here and just draw like several triangles and then bring it back and connect it to where you started. So just draw those triangles and then bring it back right to where you started. Take your pencil, come in here and let's erase that line right there. Okay. Now what we're going to do, look at that. You can already see his face. That's really good job. And I know y'all are doing a great job out there too. Now we're going to go ahead and come back down to this part and we're going to draw his legs. So where we did not close that oval, I just want you to come to the left side of your paper and I just want you to draw a line. Don't go too long, don't go too short. Come over to the right side of your paper and draw another line. Now inside of these two vertical lines, I want you to draw a U. And then I want you to extend that U a little bit longer because this is how we're going to draw his feet. We're going to come around, we're going to make a circle. We're going to come out a little bit. And then we're just going to add, we're going to draw 1, 2, 3 triangles, come back around and we're going to join it to that part of the leg. So we're going to come around, we're going to make the heel of his foot, and then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, bring that line in, curve it up, and just connect it. Now this is why you're using a pencil, so if you want to erase, you can. Let me see if I can show you a picture of what his feet look like so you can see how where we're getting this from. Well, you can kind of see it. I don't know if I can really show it to you right there, but that's what we're drawing. Okay, so now his hands, they're going to be, he's going to have his hands on his hips. So we're going to come to the left side and we're going to draw a line that goes down in a slant. And then right there at the end of that line, I just want you to go 1, 2, 3. That's going to be the tuft of hair on his elbow. And then you're going to take this line from where you did that last triangle and I want you to bring it to his body. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go on the inside and I'm going to draw another line right there. I'm going to stop and then I'm going to take a line and I'm going to bring it like this. So do you see how that looks like? His hand is on his hip. We're going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to take a slant and try to draw it parallel. So I'm going to draw a diagonal or a slanted line. I'm going to do 3 triangles, 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to draw that at a diagonal. So it looks like that. And I'm going to come inside and I'm going to draw a line right there. And then I'll place a line right a little bit below this. And I'm going to kind of like give it a little bit of a curve. And there he is. Now we have to give his body some texture. So that's why I'm just going to come and I'm just going to do some really shallow U shapes up close up here. But then when I get down to here, I'm going to make them a little bit longer. And that's how we're just going to leave him right here like that. You can add more details. But then after you draw this part, I'm going to show you, you're going to take your Sharpie and you are going to take your Sharpie and you're going to trace around what you drew. Now let me tell you the colors we're going to use. You're going to use yellow for his mustache. And then you're going to use yellow for his eyebrows. Okay, so that's the yellow. Then you're going to take orange. And orange is what you're going to color in the rest of his body. Now this is where I want to show you what you're going to do with the brown. After you color this in, you're going to take your brown and just around the edges of his body, you're going to color those in. So it just gives it a little bit of a texture feel. And when you finish, it's going to look like this. You can't really see the texture in this. So I'm going to come and show you that just around the edges of his mustache and then right here around his body, you can play around with this. Now what I did is after I colored all of this, I cut it out. Look at that. So that's what you're going to do. And then you go back to your Trufala and look, now we can put our Lorax any place that we want to in our Trufala forest. And I think I'm going to put them right there. So then I take a glue stick or glue. And if you don't have any, ask around, because somebody might have a glue stick. Even your next door neighbor might have a glue stick. But you come here and don't overdo it, but put glue on your Lorax and then glue it down in your Trufala forest. Don't forget to screw that back down. And look at what you have. You have a great picture of a Lorax in the forest. Well, happy Earth Week. So all this week we've been working on Earth Day art. So I hope that your house is filled up with it. I hope you have it like hanging up all over your walls, refrigerator, in your room, any place you can see it. This is the last week that I am doing third grade art for this period. So you won't have art next week. You're going to have a different special. I think you're going to have music. I'm not going to say that. I don't know what you're going to have. You just wait and see. All right. Have a good rest of your week.